Well, now let's talk about macroevolution. So we had the evolution lecture earlier about natural selection and how incremental changes can vary based on need and reaction to the environment, which animal and which species is best suited to adaptation. Now we're talking big picture stuff. Let's talk about the evolutionary timeline. And this is data collected from the world's experts. I'm a neuroscientist. I know neuroscience. I trust other neuroscientists and how they do their work. Turns out I trust other scientists in the way they do their work because they have to adhere to the same rigor that I have to adhere to. So if an astrophysicist tells me that the galaxy formed 10 to 20 billion years ago, that's his or her best estimate. I'm on board with that. So that's what we have right here, the best estimates. And I will hold you to these values, okay? So know the difference between billions of years ago, millions of years ago, and thousands of years ago. So as it goes, galaxy formed, as the best experts believe, the galaxy formed 10 to 20 billion years ago. Earth formed 5 billion years ago. There's evidence, fossilized evidence of the first life formed single celled organism from 4 billion years ago. About 3 billion years ago, these creatures called cyanobacteria, bacteria that grew to evolve photosynthesis, which was critically important. So they could eat uh, the nasty agents of the earth. They could use the sun to generate energy. And it turns out that their waste product was oxygen. So they pooped out oxygen and it oxygenated the entire atmosphere and changed everything. It turns out oxygen is a real valuable molecule and it allows for more complex chemical reactions. And then, over a series of billions of years, up to about 500 million years ago, there was one of our first explosions of life, just massive life on the planet. And then what happens often is massive extinction. It happens, okay? And it's happened several times over the course of evolution. I only have one shown here on this slide right here. But mass explosion of life and then massive extinction, where 95% of life forms are killed in the process. About 150 million years ago, so the dinosaurs began their evolution. And 66 million years ago, a big rock hit this planet and wiped them all out. So they had a good run. They had about a 100 million year run, which is a lot better than ours is. Ours started about 5 million years ago from the dust and rubble from that massive asteroid that hit the planet. 5 million years ago, the first human lineage began. About 50,000 years ago, Homo sapien neanderthalis or Cro-Magnon roamed the earth. Okay? And then about 10,000 years ago, the species that we are today, technically called Homo sapiens sapiens, existed. So we've been around on this planet for about 10,000 years. All right? So please know these dates and how they align with the course of the evolutionary timeline.